Hey guys, it's KJ48 and welcome back to my Minecraft multiplayer server Let's Play. This is the Bro Beast server. It's Feed the Beast Direwolf 20 pack, and this is part 5, and we're here with Narlo.
Hey folks.
And I was just discussing last video, and I was kind of saying that I feel bad for Mindfiend because he's got like a boiler setup. I don't even know if I showed it on video. I think I did, but
You showed it in 2 or 3, yeah.
Okay, all right, good. So he's got like a boiler setup, and his boiler keeps cooling down. It's weird because when I talked to him, and the first time he had a problem with this, he does not have a chunk loader in the area. But his thinking, and I kind of agreed with him, was if there's no chunk loader in the area, if nobody's there, everything shuts off. That means your boiler shouldn't be cooling down. So I told him, why don't you put a chunk loader in? You know what? I'm going to make him a chunk loader right now. Because, he hasn't been on since then. I kind of feel like, I'm sure he's got a lot of stuff going on. Everyone who plays on this server is very busy. But I'm thinking, at times when he might have time to play, he's just like, that stupid thing isn't working. I don't even want to deal with it. I kind of feel bad. I'm going to make him a chunk loader and see if we can get this thing working.
Yeah. I wonder if that's the way it works, whether he's looked it up or not. Because we had that similar problem on a previous server when Keebs built a nuke.
What was that?
He built a nuclear reactor.
Okay, all right.
And it was the same kind of thing. We figured that whenever it wasn't on, it wouldn't have a problem. The area it was in wasn't.
Was it
chunk loader?
There was no chunk loaders in the area.
No.
And was the reactor causing a problem then?
It did, because it was a situation. It had a infinite power source, and he had set it up so that it was automatically feeding it water cells or water buckets. So it was constantly cooling it. So he figured, and we all kind of figured, that whenever it wasn't loaded in and no one was in that area, there shouldn't be a problem. And once you did load it in, the water feeder and everything was right there was in the same chunk that the reactor was. So it's like, once it loaded it in, it should all be running again.
And I'm guessing this story doesn't end well.
It does not end well, no. We logged in one day to find a big old crater where the reactor used to be.
Oh, Jesus.
And looking on the wiki, we found that it was one of those situations that it kind of, the game would kind of keep track of what should have happened.
Okay.
While the thing was unloaded. So
really, it kind of burns. It kind of keeps. It doesn't keep going, but once it gets reloaded, it says, well, what would happen if it was going that whole time?
Yeah.
Wow.
But only for certain things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if it was designed that way or whether it was just a bug in the way it was written. But anyway, it would whenever you loaded it back in, it would act as if the reactor had continued running, but not like the coolant had continued running.
That's the thing, because our thinking was, all right, it's either always running or it's not always running, one or the other. Okay, and if it was always running, the thing should not have cooled down, because if the area is always running, then the coal should always be being loaded in. So basically, what I think is happening is. Basically what's happening is the boiler is still running, but nothing else is, so it's not being fed coal.
Exactly.
Wow.
I think that's what was happening with the reactor as well, and that's probably what's happening with that, because once it loaded back in, it calculated the heat as if the reactor had continued running the entire time. Okay,
we're back, and we're back here, and the chunk loader is loaded, and we have figured out what was wrong. Well, actually, Narlo figured out what was wrong. I had an idea, but I wasn't sure, but he's got more experience with it. So that's the problem. So now when Mindfiend comes back on... Oh, Jesus, lag. Come on. I can't even move.
It's very disturbing when you say I have more experience with something in this thing than you do.
There we go. Yeah. It happens. There's a lot of things I don't know anything about. You probably know 10 times more than bees than I do, because I've never touched them. Alright, so hopefully when he comes back on, he will have a fully functioning boiler. Although, he doesn't have a lot of... Oh, God, he's got no coal. He's got to leave this... We got to leave this thing on for a little bit. Alright, let me make sure that's going to work. Do not let me log off without turning that off.
Okay.
But he needs the coal because he's gotten on. Let me make sure he's going to get coal from this. Dude, look at this spawner.
The withers are dropping like crazy.
This thing's beast. Die already, you stupid withers. It'd be funny if the thing sucked up the withers, and you see little withers going through the pipes. Boy, they take a long time to die. Oh, you know what would be really nice? A mining turtle. Mining turtles behind here. Oh, melee turtles. Dude, I should set up some melee turtles for him. He'll come on and see melee turtles and be like, oh my god, that's so awesome. Oh, jeez, there they go. Wow, that's a lot of skeletons. Holy Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't
that's why he rarely has a coal problem whenever it's running.
That's why he keeps it off, too, because...
Yeah.
It's not grabbing the coal? There it goes.
There went one piece.
Yeah, this is a really nice setup, but like I said, he should have some melee turtles on this back part.
See if he's showing up over here.
What? Whoa, lag.
There they go.
That's another problem. Stuff coming in through these pipes is blinking on and off.
Yeah.
That's how I knew the lag was starting at first. Like, I don't see the coal going through. Oh, there's one. Okay, I saw it, but it blinked off. They're blinking on and off. It's a really nice mob.
Yeah, same here. It'll blink a little ways, and then it blinks a little further in the pipe, and blinks a little further, and...
It's a really nice mob spawner. I think I should steal that. It's really good, because he keeps the spawner away from where the other skeletons are. The only thing is, I mean... The one in my world isn't as fancy, but it works. But this one's really nice. I'll have to save that idea for maybe Season 7. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Another problem with my Season 6 world is I'm a little cramped. Like, I don't have a ton of room. Because once you start designing stuff in your world, you know, you get to the point where you can't add stuff because of the way you've... Oh, come on. Because of the way you've built stuff, you only have so much... Dude, seriously? Oh my god.
Okay, it's starting to get in the chest.
Try this. There we go. Come on. Alright.
But it's going to be slow with all the jittering going on in the pipes.
You know what seems to lag me is standing on those lights. Anytime I stand on one of those lights, it messes me up. It's weird. Okay. So yeah, that needs to run for a while. He's really... But now, like, it'll actually work. Mm-hmm. So, it's worth it.
Well, I hadn't been here since he put all this in.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he's done anything with the thermal expansion room yet. But, this room, he's got some setups, you know. He's got the, macerator, which I haven't used since I learned thermal expansion. Oh, he's got another setup here for what is this for? Oh yeah, for the lap packs and the electric jetpack. He set it up over here.
Oh, I bet Atlantis is just about stripped now.
Yeah, Atlantis is
other than the XP farm.
It's looking like a ghost town. You know what he should do when you know what he should do, Atlantis, he should make it look like a ruin. Like, maybe even take some mossy cobblestone brick and put it everywhere. Poke a couple holes in the ceiling so the water's pouring through. Oh, that'd be so cool. I gotta talk to him next time he's on. Yeah. Take all the lights out, make it as dark as possible. Cobwebs. Oh.
I did that on the other server with the houses that Keebs and Dwindon haven't been in months now. I'd put dirt on the floor, cobwebs all around the ceiling.
I remember you doing that. I didn't start my timer. God damn it. All right. Well, I don't know how long this episode is going to be, guys, but I'm going to set it for another 8 minutes, and we'll call it at that point because it's been a mess. It's been a mess of an episode, but at least we got Mind Fiend's boiler problems solved, hopefully.
That's Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's always a mess.
Exactly.
Ooh, bad lag right there. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try and get a hold of Keebs this evening and see if I can get the address and codes and everything.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Get in and get a good restart.
It'll be as simple as him sending you a link, you going on the website, putting in a password and stuff, and
just shut it down and restart it.
Let me show you guys the new quarry I have going. I've wasted a lot of sand in this quarry, so Mind Fiend will love that. Oh, Jesus. Except for the book. Be careful when you come out of the book, you're going to be in the water. There we go. Did this fill up? See cobblestone on the ground right there. I wonder if it filled up. Yeah, so this is my new quarry. You should have seen it trying to clear out the side of the mountain. It's pretty funny. Oh my goodness, laggy. So yeah, I like to put the quarry side by side for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I'll make a third one. I don't think I'm going to need to, but if I do, it'll be over here.
Okay, so this one here is the one that he was running around gathering all the sand, right?
Yes. Yeah, and I didn't give him a chance on this one. So much sand. It's just so hard to get rid of the water. Now you want some water in there because when it gets to lava, you want it to break up the lava, so you want it to be obsidian, but that's too much water. I'd prefer to have no water in my quarries, to be honest, but you don't want lava at the bottom either, so if you pretty much got to choose between one or the other. It's either going to be lava down there or water. So
does it just stop when it hits lava?
No, the water will
no, without water.
Oh, it'll just go through it like it's not there.
Oh, okay, and just leave it there.
Yeah, but then like you have to worry about falling in.
Right.
I think I'm gonna make some magmatic engines because now that I have my Invar, I can make some magmatic engines. I'm gonna get about 10 of these videos saved up before I start putting them up on YouTube. So, because I'm like I've like gotten to the point where I want to make videos, but I was telling Narlo, I was like, I'm not going to make videos by myself on a multiplayer server. It's not much point. It's almost like playing a separate single-player game. So I always want to be on with people, but these guys are very busy. So, like, my time to play is going to be very limited on this server. So, you guys, there's not going to be a ton of videos up for this server all the time. But I also was, like, wondering, like, if I was going to get a lot of videos made. So I decided if I can get 10 videos made, it's worth it, and I'll start putting them up. Until then, I'm just going to save it up. There's also this thing, like a month ago, I actually went through and I went through all my single player worlds. I used to name them, names like my single player worlds, and then I decided I don't like that. I like calling them seasons. I don't know why. I think that's better. So I had to go through all my Minecraft videos and name them Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, and Season 5. And I've got 220-something of Season 1. I've got like 80 of each of the others. Needless to say, it took a long effing time.
Yeah, I imagine.
And now I'm going to do the same thing with the multiplayer stuff. Now, the multiplayer stuff's not nearly as bad, but still, I'm going to have to go through all the multiplayer stuff and, set it by season. So I'm not looking forward to that, but like I said, this is episode 5. We'll make one more today if you're going to be around.
Yeah, sure.
And then, yeah, that'll be 6. So I figure one more play session after this, I should have 10, and then I'll start putting them up. Do you know if your brothers are going to, like get any time, like, in the near future? Or is this, like, busy time of their life, basically, like, indefinite?
With Dwindon, it's a case of when he gets time with the baby.
Okay, so Dwayne's the one with the new baby.
Dwindon's the one with the new baby.
Okay.
It's whenever he gets time with the baby and he's not tied up in school because, he works, he goes to school full time, and he's got the 3-month-old at home. So
Wow.
he's like, decided, I've told him, why don't you just learn a foreign language? If you're going to do everything else that's damn near impossible, you might as well.
Interesting time to have a baby, man.
Yeah, it was one of those things that when it happens, it happens.
Yeah, yeah. That's a me and Autumn are discussing. She's like talking about kids, and I'm like,
Hmm.
let's get some stuff straightened out, and hopefully we don't have any surprises. But if you do, you deal with it.
Sure, sure. But little Dwindon's a treat. He looks just like Dwindon.
Poor kid.
Really does. You can really tell. You can really tell who his father is.
Well, that's
He
good.
looks just like him.
That's good. I don't know if I want a kid. Kids are kids are awesome and stuff, but man,
Hmm.
whew, they are such a time sink. That's what Autumn's like. Oh, we should have a kid. We should have a kid. I think she's got a little bit of rose-colored glasses with children,
Uh,
And I'm just like, think about it hard. That's all I'm saying. I'm not against kids.
yeah.
I'm not totally against it. We talked about this before we got married,
Hmm.
but I want you to think about it really hard first. And she's going to school to be a massage therapist, and she hasn't passed her test yet. She finished school almost a year ago, and
Sure.
she still hasn't passed her test. I'm like, kind of getting on her about studying and everything, and I'm like, let's get you in, into your chosen field instead of working at the convenience store, and then we'll take it from there. So,
Right.
you know,
I hear you.
kids are
Same
kids
kind
are
of.
kids are not a light decision.
No, no, they're not like pets. You can't, pets are wonderful, but when you get tired or your life circumstances change, you can't just drop them off at the pound.
Exactly. Exactly. People in this country, a lot of people in this country just have kids like to freaking make money. It's like, you don't want to work, pop out a couple kids, government to take care of
Hmm.
you. And like, I don't ever want to like, I mean, obviously stuff happens sometimes and you need government assistance. And I understand that. But I really don't want to be one of those people who have kids that can't afford them and then have to ask for government stuff. I hate that.
Right.
That would bother me.
And plus, you just want to be able to give them a good life and everything.
Yep. Yep.
Like you said, they are a time sink and they're a money sink. When I was young, when I was in my late teens and early 20s, I wanted to have lots of kids. I was like, because I come from what today is now a large family. It's not a large family as in my mom and dad. I mean, my mom and dad, each of them has like 8 or 9 brothers and sisters.
Oh, Jesus.
But, I come from a family of 4 brothers. So I was thinking, 4 as a minimum is good. Yeah, we had a great time. 4 of us, yeah.
Yeah, you had a great time. I wonder how your parents were doing.
Yeah, that's the way it was. It's like once I actually got on this side of the equation, it was like I was happy to stop at 1. Yeah.
I think two is like if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't have kids. She said she wanted to have them before we got married, and I said, you know what, that's fine. I was glad she told me about that before we got married, but I'm
Hmm.
cool with that. Chicks love kids. It's cool.
Yeah.
So I probably wouldn't have them, but she wants to have them. But if I want to have one, I kind of want to have two because I was an
Hmm.
only child and I really hated it. Really hated being an only child. And I grew up very socially awkward. My social skills were terrible. It made school very difficult for me. And,
Sure.
partially because I didn't have that interaction with, brothers or sisters.
Very true. Yeah, you learn a lot about sharing and compromise and getting along. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah, getting along. I mean, it's like I have trouble getting along with people now. I mean, like maybe if I had a brother or sister, I would have like been a little bit more, you know, because I hate people right now. But that's not true. But it doesn't take a lot
Sometimes.
it doesn't take a lot to set me off sometimes.
Yeah, I
I
hear
guess
you.
that depends on what kind of mood you're in. That could be anybody though.
I go off on my rants from time to time. I totally understand.
Ugh, I don't believe that. You're like the most mild mannered person I've played with.
It can happen. It has to be. I have to be pushed, but it can happen. Mostly, I just go on rants against stupidity. Not anyone or anything in particular. It's just stupidity.
My big pet peeve is selfishness, like self-absorbed, like only thinking of yourself type person. Like a lot of times, like when I go out to the store and stuff, there's like a lot of old people around my area, like a lot of senior citizen places, and like I mean, there's a lot of old people I like. Like Autumn's grandparents are really cool. There's a lot of old people I like. So a lot of customers I have are really cool. But sometimes when I go to like shop right by my house, man, the old people, like they're just so self-centered. Like everything's about them. Like I'll be trying to like pull through the through the parking lot, and like they'll be waiting for a spot, and they're not moving. They don't care if the person in front of them still hasn't gotten to their car yet, and it's going to take them an hour to get their groceries into the car. Nope, they're not moving. And then
their spot, and they're going to wait for.
Oh yeah, and then I shit you not. Me and Autumn went to the store last Friday, and someone was waiting for a spot, and the person in front of them was honking their horn, like, "Hey, come on, move it!" I'm like, "Come on, dude, you probably do the same thing. You got to be kidding me, you know?" I'm like, "Give me a break." So yeah, like also like when people cross, this is like a really stupid pet peeve, but it's a big problem with me. When someone's crossing the street and they're just taking their time, I hate that. God, I hate that. Like whenever I cross the street, like I jog. I'm trying to get out of people's way. I know you're in a hurry. You know, I'm thinking about you. I'm not like being a jerk. And these people like just mosey, like walking across the street, taking their time. Sometimes not even at a crosswalk. And I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. And if I was to run you down, I'd be the one to go to jail. Come on. Yeah, it's just.
Gotta say, you definitely have a different experience than down here in Georgia.
What's it like in Georgia?
Everything's a little more laid back, a little bit more slow paced. My son went and visited. He went up to New York with a friend of his, I think last year, and that was one of the things he talked about when he came back. He was like, "Yeah," he said, "the one thing I noticed is everybody's in a freaking hurry."
That's true.
It's like you don't stop, because if you stop, they'll just knock you down and keep right on going. It's like at one point, me and my friend, we were like, we couldn't figure out if we were on the right street, and we were sitting there, and we just stopped all of a sudden to start talking, and said, "Oh, the next thing we knew, we'd been pushed halfway down the block." Like, we better find a doorway or something to get into, man.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Oh Lord, that's good stuff. Yeah, that's the tri-state area, I guess they call it, like the New York, New Jersey. I don't know if it's Pennsylvania is probably like that. Philly, oh god, Philly. It doesn't help that the Phillies just swept the Mets, so I'm really not happy with Philly right now. But yeah. All right. Well, this video ended. I don't know. I lost track of time, so I'm gonna end it here. So that's gonna be it for part 5, and we'll see you next time for part 6. Till then, take it easy.
Bye bye.